Hey Crushers, I'm excited to be bringing you another video on the top 20 things not to do in Crush Them All. This is going to be a great video and a lot of work has been put into it so that it could be the best it could be. So be sure to watch this video through to the very end and click the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Before we jump into the top 20 things not to do in Crush Them All, I'd love to invite you to come and play CTA with me. I'm running my own guild, and I'm actively looking for players that have at least 1 million in power or PvP focus to come and play with me. If you'd be interested, please let me know. My guild is called Shadowhood, and the guild tag is uppercase S, lowercase h, and uppercase D. I'm looking forward to playing with you. As we start in on the top 20 things not to do in CTA, I'd like you to know that I intend to keep these short but thorough. If you have questions about any of these, please post in the comment section below, and I'll answer your questions right away. Number 1. Don't use more than 5 heroes for staging. You should unlock all of your hero slots because those are used for all game modes like guild raid events and arena, but you should only keep 5 heroes in your staging team because more than that slows down staging because of their spawns. You just want 1 hero of each element, and then you can stagger their prisms. I've done an in-depth staging guide, and I've linked that video in the description below, so check that out if you need some help there. Number 2. Don't stay in an inactive guild. Being part of a group is a big portion of what makes CTA so much fun. Being able to receive guild raid event and guild war rewards is also great. If you're in a guild with lots of inactive players, you should leave for greener pastures. Don't feel guilty about it, it's just a game. Play with people as active as you are and you'll have a lot more fun. Number 3. Don't skip arena, blitz, crusade, daily dungeons, guild raid events, etc. Seriously, this game is a marathon and not a sprint. Part of that includes grinding out in all of the available modes for rewards. Participating at all is far more important than not participating. Some modes are more important than others. Arena is vital for star shards, which are required to awaken your heroes, and this is a huge time gate in the game. Even if you just blow through the stuff and do poorly, that's still better than nothing. Number 4. Don't agonize over perfecting Blitz. Blitz is sloppy, time-consuming, and in my opinion a thankless chore. However, it is important to do Blitz for the rewards. There are a few main strategies to doing Blitz. Do what you're comfortable with, and be happy for the rewards you get. Refer back to number 3 on this one. Some rewards are better than nothing, and Blitz can really be a drag at times. Don't let it get you down. Number 5. Don't spend flues on prisms when ascending. As a long-term player and long-time player, I will attest that you will gain more from your flues by spending it elsewhere. You can get ×2 prism items from the arena shop and from the ascension wheel. Don't even sweat it. And this includes during the ×2 prism events. Don't waste your flues here. If you're that concerned about the prism difference, then you should use princess streams more often to hit your max stage faster and ascend more frequently. I will add that you should not buy the ×2 prism item from the arena shop until you've maxed out the heroes offered there. In priority, you should focus your arena coin spending on Dark Hunter, Monkey King, and then Luca in that order. After that, spending on ×2 prism items is fine. Number 6. Don't buy fortune chests. With very few exceptions, fortune chests are just flat out not worth it. There is a calendar you can view on the official Discord and in the Citadel server that shows the fortune chest rotation. The bottom line is that the flues to metal ratio on fortune chest isn't all that great, and you're better off saving your flues and spending it on blitz chests for important heroes like Vlad and Namada instead. Number 7. Don't waste energy by attacking while someone else is attacking during guild raid events. This is all about communication, but for clarification, it isn't always necessary to follow this rule. If you're just buffing, Star Fever isn't happening, and your guild hitter isn't trying to actively kill the boss, then it isn't going to hurt anything to attack the main boss when someone else is attacking. What you shouldn't be doing is attacking a mini-boss when someone else is batching to get the next main boss up, nor should you be hitting the main boss while your guild hitter is trying to kill the main boss. Your energy could get wasted if the boss is killed before your attack finishes. This results in lower trophies for both you and your guild. Lower trophies equals lower rewards. Number 8. Don't dust 5 or 6 star runes unless they have bad primaries. I'm talking like bonus gold on damage runes, stuff like that. It also depends on where you're at in the game, but one of the most important factors for a rune are the secondary stats. A precise rune with attack per second primary is baseline good. If the first 2 slots on that rune are attack range and attack, that's basically perfect. If the first 2 slots are bonus gold and ultimate attack, it isn't super good, but still one you'd want to keep because of the rare primary stat. The same couldn't be said of a more common rune like a damage rune with attack primary. If the first 2 slots are bonus gold and ultimate attack, it probably isn't even worth saving. There are a lot of layers to what runes are good and what runes aren't. If you're not sure whether or not you should dust a rune, please ask. Ask on the official Discord in the questions channel. There are a lot of knowledgeable players who can help steer you in the right direction. 5 and 6 star runes are rare, and you don't want to accidentally dust a good rune because you weren't sure if it was good or bad. Asking for advice is the best thing to do. Number 9. Don't waste dust on 1 and 2 star runes, and don't waste it on most 3 star runes unless you're still relatively new to the game. Dust is honestly a huge choke point in this game, unless you're willing to spend thousands of dollars on epic rune chests. I highly recommend taking your time, invest some dust into 3 and 4 star runes early in as needed to complete your rune sets, and save the rest for 5 star runes, which is where most of the endgame builds are hovering. If you recall what I said earlier in this video, this game is a marathon and not a sprint. I'll say it again because long-term planning pays off, and you'll be glad you listened to my advice here. Number 10. Don't miss out on daily shard income from arena and twin face artifacts. I alluded to this back in number 3, but it warrants focusing on star shards specifically. Star shards are blatantly vital for your hero's growth in CTA. Do not let star shards slip by you. Early game focus on getting Skeleton Giant maxed as fast as possible so you can climb to higher arena ranks and earn more star shards. When the Twin Face Guild raid event comes around, get your Twin Chalice event artifact and level it up. Prioritize it over the other Twin Face event artifacts, but with that noted, the pendant and mask can be quite helpful, especially true for newer players who need additional expedition award. However, star shards from the Chalice artifact are still going to benefit you the most long term. Shard income is a heavy time gate, and this is something you don't want to regret down the line. Number 11. Don't awaken every hero. In short, not all heroes are created equally, so your awaken materials should be prioritized for heroes that need awakens. Don't waste awaken materials on staging heroes. Luca works just as good with 0 awakens as he does with 7 awakens. Stars matter very little for staging. 1 full star is worth about 15 stages, and an awakened star is worth about 7.5 stages. Putting awakens where they don't need to be has some negative effects in it that also makes blitz events harder, and it also makes guild war harder to a lesser extent. For PvP focus, you should awaken heroes like Dark Hunter, Gladiator, Skeleton Giant, if you're really early in the game still, and some crushers like Sorrow and Atlantis. A good rule of thumb is to really focus your resources on 1 hero at a time. Focus shards, awakens, weapon improvements, and runes on your focused hero. If you're not sure though, please ask in the official Discord, and there are many players who can offer advice and help in this area. Number 12. Don't use Seraph in staging, because she can't kill dark bosses offline. Seraph is, at her core, a light hero. This is how the game registers her for offline staging. Online staging, she can kill both dark and light bosses. If you do mainly offline staging or a mix of both online and offline staging, then you should not be using her for staging. Number 13. Don't use most rogues in arena. I'm mainly looking at newer players running Luca and Light Knight, with Kasume being among the only exception currently. It is generally speaking a bad idea to run a root type hero in Arena. Kasume has a great 4-star ability, however, her medals are more difficult to get since she is an epic hero. If you'd be interested in a good Kasume build, I'd recommend joining the official Discord and asking about Tank Sumi. One Eye has good synergy if you're going the light hero route, and works well with heroes like Sershu, Tansu, and Seraph, but generally speaking, do not use rogues in Arena. Number 14. Don't buy the regular rune chest for 20 flues, only buy the epic rune chest for flues. Runes are a whole can of worms we're not really going to get into today, but the bottom line is this: if you're going to be spending flues on runes, then you should spend flues on runes that matter. The regular rune chest is valued at 20 flues and is practically worthless. If you want to divide the average value of dust, the regular rune chest is only worth about 5.5 flues, not 20 flues. The runes in there won't be used by you long term, so invest in epic rune chest and really focus on your 4-star and 5-star runes. Number 15. Do not use Blitz coins on hero medals. Blitz coins should be spent on Assassin, Viking, Nature, and arguably Navarre rune chest in the Blitz shop. Blitz is pretty time consuming, and it is best to use those resources to get rune chest and by extension rune dust. Number 16. Don't try playing this game solo. There is a Discord community available to help you. I really cannot stress this enough. It is perfectly fine to ask for help and advice. I do it all the time myself. If you're unsure, please come and ask. There are so many knowledgeable players who are able and willing to offer advice. The community is tightly knit and really enhances the experience. Number 17. Don't be a selfish player in raid events and guild wars. You'll get further faster by helping. This topic can be a bit touchy for some players, but it needs to be said. Don't be selfish. Guilds work better when they work together. When a raid event starts, get on, burn your energy, and help get through some of the early bosses. Don't let yourself max on energy, and don't just wait for higher leveled bosses to hit for more trophies. If you help your guild get Star Fever built quickly, and your hitters can more quickly get the ball rolling towards your max boss levels, it'll benefit not only you, but your guild much more in terms of rewards. Furthermore, with Guild Wars, activity points don't directly matter whatsoever, so don't rush your attacks against weak enemies and worthless forts, especially if you're strong enough to do a ×2 or a ×1 attack in a vital fort. Literally, all you're doing is flexing and it isn't helpful. Now, this does vary guild by guild, so check for directives from your own leadership. And, the bottom line is just don't be selfish. Both you and your guild will benefit more from you working together. Number 18. Don't wait to do your guild war attacks. It is better to do them early and botch them up than waiting too long and missing them. Seriously, get your attacks in. You have 24 hours. Specific weird circumstances aside, there is little reason to wait. Focus on priority forts based on your leadership directives and attack. There is nothing wrong with doing ×2 attacks in priority forts as necessary to help secure it. It is far more important that you don't miss your attacks. Waiting until the last minute will all but guarantee that you will at some point miss your attacks, and that will hurt both you and your guild. Number 19. Don't spend Crusade coins on expedition materials. This is as straightforward as I can possibly be. Spend your Crusade coins on hero medals first and foremost, in the priority of Shelly, Ice Cube, and then Petunia. Once all 3 of those are maxed out, then you should be spending your Crusade coins on Rune Dust. That's it. Plain and simple. You don't need to be purchasing what you can get easily with a little patience from expeditions. The only exception to this could be if you're rushing expedition materials for Skeleton Giant when you're first starting out. Then an argument could be made for that, but outside of that specific circumstance, you should focus on hero medals first and foremost, and Rune Dust once those are all maxed. Number 20. Don't spend flues on flue shop offers except for expeditions, grow your beloved heroes, runes, and arguably Fastlane. If you're a new free-to-play player, then you should only be getting Grow Your Beloved Heroes and skipping the rest. A lot of endgame players will tell you that Fast Lane is not a good value in flues to metal ratio and flues to prism ratio, but I do know the appeal of the package and I often buy it myself because I enjoy staging. I won't flat out say don't buy the Fast Lane package, but know that there are more efficient ways to spend your flues than that. At the end of the day, this is a game, and if you enjoy staging and getting prisms, then you should just go for it and enjoy it. Expeditions is the best late game value. Grow Your Beloved Heroes is a good across the board for all players, and Runes is great in terms of value for Rune Dust. You may also randomly get lucky with a great rune, and definitely something to keep in mind, especially for free-to-play players who find themselves lacking decent runes in Dust. And there we have it, Crushers, the top 20 things not to do and crush them all. If there was something you felt should have been on this list that I didn't cover, then you should post in the comment section below, and I'll add that in the list for next time I make a video like this. As I wrap up today's video, I'd like to give a thanks to Medivh for making the thumbnail for this video and all of our other thumbnails. I'm very grateful for all of his hard work. If you see him on the official Discord, be sure to give a shout out. I'd like to thank several Discord users who helped contribute to the content covered today, namely Aristai, Longest Yaboy, Mr. Moogle, Flocke, and Kahuna. I'd also like to thank users such as yourself who watch my videos and encourage me to continue making content. Your contributions are more appreciated than you know. I would once again invite you to come play CTA with me by joining SHD. I've dropped the link for the SHD Discord in the description below this video, so feel free to come check us out. If you'd like to support this channel in other ways, there are several things you can do. Comments, likes, and subscribing are great ways to show your support. You can also show your support financially by contributing to my Patreon. The link to becoming a patron of this YouTube channel is in the description below this video as well. That's all the time we have for today. I appreciate you watching this video through to the very end. Thanks for watching.